What is up, everyone? They always say it's the hope that kills you in sport. And here we are. You get the impression that, okay, we might start a run of games after winning the last game against Mumbai Indians, but we can't buy a win, can't we? It's not Chennai Super Kings. It's consistently inconsistent Super Kings. That's what CSK should actually stand for this season wise. Because at least in Mumbai Indians term, they're consistently losing. So even if they lose their next game, they'll be like, I couldn't care less. But for us, it's a different situation. We get a bit of hope, but then it all comes crashing down. That's been the story for us this season. Just 2 wins out of 8 matches. And even if we win 6 out of our last 6, chance for qualification is very tough. Although I don't think we'll win 6 out of 6 because we get ourselves into decent positions and we don't capitalize, or we just let the other team run away with the game. And that was the case for today, Punjab Kings. We somehow battled ourselves into a situation where we could win, but ultimately we ended up a cul-de-sac. And yeah, they got me to this situation again with my towel on my head, aptly describing what situation CSK is in right now at this point of time, which is basically we're out. Let's not joke ourselves. Let's not beat around the bush. Yes, we can. Yes, we could possibly still win 6 out of 7. But realistically, do you think we can? I don't think so. And yeah, we still have to do what we have to do. And this is my post-mortem or post-match report, whatever you want to call it. If you're new to this channel, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and obviously hit the bell notification to get notifications whenever I upload videos like this or go live. I'll possibly do a Chelsea versus Man United review on Thursday. I couldn't go to West Ham review yesterday because I actually went out, so I couldn't catch the game. So yeah, for now I'll just take this off. Probably will put it on later, at a later point of time. So team news, we went with the same team that beat Mumbai Indians. I don't think any of us was surprised. Moin Ali, he caught an injury, and I think he does need that break, to be honest, because obviously they are in the holy month of Ramadan where they undergo fasting, and obviously your performances are not going to be the same as what they are in a normal period of time. So, or I think he would rather take that break. But saying that, we didn't make no changes, but Punjab Kings did make 3 changes. They bought in Black Banuka Rajapaksa. They bought in Rishi Dhawan, who's starting a first IPL game after like nearly 5 or 6 years, and obviously he was the captain of the Himachal Pradesh team that won the Mushtaq Ali Trophy. Not the Mushtaq Ali. I think it was the Vijay Hazare Trophy. Yes, he was the captain of the Himachal Pradesh team, and it was good to see him back after a long, long time. Remember him being in the Mumbai Indians days, even at Kings 11 Punjab. I think he was at later point of time. And they got in Sandeep Sharma, and so these were the 3 changes they made. So we won the toss, and Jadeja didn't even, as he always does. At least for now, we are winning tosses, which is actually a good thing to see. But tosses don't win you games, don't you? It used to before, it isn't now. So we might as well just go on with the game, and this is how the game went. Um, to be honest, we started quite well. Obviously, we didn't pick them early wickets. We can stifle them with the flow of runs, and obviously in the quest for going runs, either you score 4s or 6s or you get out, like how Mayank Agarwal did. He got a short ball from Mahesh Tikshana. He tried to cut it. He didn't get it cleanly. An easy catch for Shivam Dubey. And speaking of catches, yet again today we dropped 2 catches. Both catches of Mitchell Sanders bowling, one by what Jadeja's bowling, sorry, one by Ruturaj Gaikwad and one by Mitchell Sanders on the boundary. 2 catches, both of Banuka Rajapaksha, and there were other 2 or 3 misspelled efforts. Which what has happened to the CSK team, at least for this season? Because before we used to be possibly the best fielding side. We had the likes of Faf, we had McCullum, we had Suresh Raina who would pluck anything out of thin air. Even Jadeja's catching and fielding has been off color this season. Dwayne Bravo used to be fantastic. Everyone all around the team used to have just fantastic fielders from anywhere you take. But this season it's been a pale shot of themselves. But we did stifle them a bit in the middle, and then they started to accelerate. But then we got out Rajapaksha. And then Liam Livingstone came in, and then Liam Livingstone thinks 19 of 7. Shikhar Dhawan just continues his merry way against CSK. That is 1,000 runs for him against CSK. The first player ever to do so. He just turns up whenever he plays against us, does he? He scored 100 in the IPL 2020 in Sharjah, but he was dropped, I think, 3 or 4 times. And now today he scored 88. He could have scored 100, but that was a fantastic knock from him. And we didn't pick up many wickets, to be fair. I mean, Dwayne Bravo, yes, he did pick 2 wickets, but he was so, sometimes you look at him and he was so indisciplined with his bowling. I mean, there were 2 no balls, not front foot no ball, not wasted no ball, pitching outside the cut strip. You pitch outside there. How can you pitch the ball outside there? I mean, yes, you're looking for the wide Yorker, but it should not err by that much. I would much rather you try your stock ball, your stump to stump. I mean, yes, Yorkers, if they miss, they can go for 6, but I would rather be hit for a 6 than give a wide or a no ball, because that can cost you even further. You don't want to give them easy runs. You want them to earn their runs. Yes, if they hit the 6, it's still a good shot. It's still they still have to connect it. But why are you literally giving them the runs? They don't need to do anything. You're gifting them the run, which should not happen. And look at the other parts of the scorecard there. Pretorius, I think he had his worst game today. He got punished 4 overs for 50. But I think you can possibly excuse him, because this is one bad game of him compared to the three or four previous games where he actually did well. Um, you look at the other bowlers. Prao also went for runs, but he picked up 2 wickets. Sandna did well. Tikshna did well, as he always does. And Mukesh Choudhary didn't pick wickets, but he still did a fair bit. And they ended up at 187 in the end of 20 overs. And you were thinking, hopefully our opening combo fires this time, because we have never stitched together a 30 plus opening run partnership till now. Our highest has been 28, and I think that was the second game. But other than that, our opening has been extremely poor this season. And that was one of the main reasons why we won last season, because we were so heavily dependent on the top order, like Faf du Plessis and Rutraj Gaikwad. Both of them were the orange cap, leading run scorers of the tournament, with Gaikwad edging Faf du Plessis. And when your top order doesn't perform, that's almost like 75% of the game done. I mean, apart from Raidu's miracle, we were nowhere in the game. He literally took us to the brink of victory. And but you have to credit the Punjab bowlers as well. They bought it back extremely well. And you see here the scorecard. Rahul Uthappa never got going. Rudraj Gaikwad started slowly, as he does. And in the quest for accelerating, he got out. Mitch Sandman looked all over the place. Shivam Dubey looked all over the place. And Nambati Raidu came and he started hitting bang bang from ball 1. And both when Gaikwad and Raidu were there, we were in the game for a bit. And there was a time where our required run rate was getting up to 13, 14 and above. So we had to start accelerating. Gaikwad got a 4 of Rabada, but the next ball, he tried the same thing. He just spooned it straight up in the air. And it was an easy catch for the captain, Mayank Agarwal. And he needed someone to stay with Raidu at least till the end and probably start hitting as well, because Raidu, towards the end of his innings, he looked extremely tired. He literally looked like he couldn't move a single muscle after the excellent innings he had. He was he hit boundaries whenever he could, and especially one over of Sandeep Sharma, 3 sixes in a row and then a boundary. And we needed about 70 to win the 5 overs, and he brought that down to 47 or 4 overs. And you were thinking, okay, it's not going to be easy, but we've gotten ourselves in a situation where we can do this. We have seen even 50 or 60 or 4 overs, it has been done in this IPL. So 47 or 4 overs can be done. But Arshdeep Singh, man, what a player. He has been insanely consistent whenever he has bowled. He never gives anything away, and he's just absolutely superb. You look at and even Rabada, the way he finished it, he was absolutely brilliant. And you look at MS Dhoni coming in very late, and I mean, 20. We needed 27 of the last over, and Rishi Dhawan was bowling. So you were thinking, okay, maybe, because we still need 4 or 5 sixes. First ball, he pulls it short, goes for 6. You're thinking, wait, don't do this again. Next ball goes wide, and I'm like thinking, wow, is this really destiny happening? And the next ball, lo and behold, he gets on the leg side. He literally gets it wide. On another day, he just helps in on his way for six. But karma being karma, he tries to hit that ball behind for six, gets a top edge, ends up towards deep mid wicket, but Johnny Bairstow is there waiting gleefully, and that's literally the game over. Jadeja never got going, and I really don't know what's the problem with Jadeja. I mean, before he used to be so reliable. He would definitely strike at least 170, 180 at the death. But this season, that's not being the case. I mean, captaincy, I think, has really taken a toll on his batting, and it is clearly visible. You see some of his shots, he's clearly not quite in the rhythm that he used to be. He's looking nervous. But I think this is just the effect of captaincy, probably. And he'll probably take 1 or 2 seasons to settle down and let it sink in that he is actually the captain and not MS Dhoni. And that's about it. No one really stood with Raidu. Raidu was the only probably shining grace of our innings, which otherwise doesn't paint a good picture. And you look at those Punjab bowlers, Rabara as usual, Arshdeep Singh again, he's been absolutely fantastic. Sandeep Sharma did go in the last over, but apart from that, first 2 overs he was getting swing. Rishi Dhawan held his nerve, although he had some kind of a skull or a protection kind of thing, because unfortunately he had to have surgery after Ranji Trophy game. And big up to him, he came back and bowled well, and he actually closed out the game for his side. And Punjab Kings now move to say 8 points. And does it really matter looking at the points table? I know it doesn't, but let's just have a quick look at the points table. Obviously, Gujarat Titans, they're just running away with the top. Sunrisers Hyderabad are on 10 points. So if you see that top five are already on 10 points and we are just on 4 points with 6 games to go. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, we win our last 6 games, we still end up in 16 points. And run rate will also be a major issue because our run rate now is minus 0.5 and it's going to be extremely difficult to make it up towards the fag end of the season. I know wins bring run rates up automatically, but still it's a big ask if you want to turn this around. And I've kind of resigned to the fact that we're not going to qualify this season. Turns out that Mumbai are playing even worse than us. 8 games played, they haven't won a single one. So that shows you how. And both CSK, KKR, KKR have kind of fallen off. I don't know how. It started really well. Now they've started to fall off. Delhi Capitals have been inconsistent. Punjab Kings also, they haven't put 2 wins together. You look at 8 matches, 4 wins, 4 losses. That is not a consistent picture. It's a win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. They lost 2 games in a row and now they've come back with a win. They need to keep up this form. And RCB as well, they play Rajasthan tomorrow. It'll be interesting to see who comes up trumps because RCB over the last 5 games against Rajasthan Royals, they won all 5 of them and some of them quite convincingly. But Rajasthan Royals have started to pick form, and with the likes of Josh Butler coming in and doing what he does with Bolt, Prasidh Krishna, Ravichandran Ashwin Chahal, you never know. And I resigned to the fact that we are not qualifying this season. Might as well just watch the other games just for fun. Keep no expectations because we all know expectations lead to disappointments. And at the end of the day, you are made to look like an absolute mug like this. So that's about it for this match review. If you're new to this channel, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Do make sure to hit the bell notification to get notifications whenever I upload videos like this or go live. I'm this much closer to 400 subscribers. So if you could make sure I get there, it would be I would be much thankful to all of you, and hopefully I can get to 500 sooner and go up and up. And as I keep saying at the end of every single video, we're still in the midst of a pandemic, so stay safe and wash them hands. Thank you, everyone. Catch you later.